They say death is the great equalizer. But what if the place you die changes everything? From burning acid rain on Venus to your body freezing solid on Mars. What really happens if you die on every alien planet in our universe? In this video, we're traveling far beyond Earth to imagine the ultimate science fiction question. If a human body were to die on each major alien planet in our galaxy, what would happen next? Would you decompose, freeze, melt, or be preserved for eternity? This is not fantasy. It's astrophysics, biology, and chemistry colliding in the strangest possible ways. So strap in, because we're about to explore what death looks like the cosmos. Across, let's start close to home, our solar system, where conditions already range from deadly to unimaginable. Imagine dying on the surface of Mercury. There's almost no atmosphere, just a thin layer of atoms blasted off its surface by the sun's radiation. On the day side, temperatures rise above 430 degrees Celsius, 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. Your body wouldn't burn like in a fire, because there's no oxygen to feed flames. Instead, you'd bake. Your skin and tissues would char and carbonize, while the lack of air would cause your blood to boil and evaporate. Move to Mercury's night side, though, and everything freezes instantly to minus 180 degrees Celsius, minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd become a human statue of glassy ice and carbon, frozen solid forever in the endless dark. Venus looks beautiful from space, but it's hell in disguise. Its thick atmosphere traps heat like a cosmic oven. Surface temperature, 465 degrees Celsius, 869 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than Mercury. And pressure, 90 times stronger than Earth's. If you died here, you'd be crushed before you could even hit the ground. Your lungs would implode, and the carbon dioxide mixed with sulfuric acid would dissolve your tissues. In minutes, your body would liquefy, melting into a pool of organic acid sludge. Nothing survives Venus. Not even death. Now, picture the moon. No atmosphere, no weather, no microbes. If you died here, there would be no decay at all. Your body would first dehydrate, all moisture boiling off in the vacuum. You'd then freeze, preserved for eternity in the harsh sunlight and shadows. Even in 1,000 years, astronauts could stumble upon your perfectly mummified body, drifting like a ghost of Apollo. Mars, humanity's next destination. But death here isn't peaceful either. At first, your blood would boil as the pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. You'd lose consciousness in seconds. The cold, dry air would freeze and desiccate your corpse, turning it into a mummified husk. Without bacteria to decompose you, your body could remain for millions of years, preserved in the rust-red sand, a fossil of human exploration. NASA actually studies this possibility, how human remains might react in Martian soil if something went wrong. The answer? You'd become a permanent part of Mars. Mars, humanity's next destination. But death here isn't peaceful either. You can't die on Jupiter, because there's no solid ground. You'd fall into its endless atmosphere of hydrogen and helium pressure, and temperature rising exponentially. At first, you'd float through colorful clouds of ammonia ice. But soon, gravity would pull you deeper, where pressure crushes metal and heat exceeds thousands of degrees. Your body would compress, vaporize, and then dissociate at the atomic level, merging with Jupiter's stormy gases. In other words, Jupiter wouldn't just kill you, it would absorb you. Saturn's rings look peaceful, but up close, they're billions of icy rocks moving faster than bullets. If you died here, your body would shatter instantly into frozen fragments. No air, no heat, just eternal rotation around the planet. You'd become part of the rings themselves, orbiting forever as one tiny particle of ice among Saturn's glittering halo. It would absorb you. Uranus spins on its side, and the atmosphere is deadly cold, around -200 to 24 degrees Celsius, -371 degrees Fahrenheit. If you fell here, the frigid hydrogen and methane would freeze your tissues instantly. No microbes, no oxygen, no warmth, you'd never decompose. Your body would float in the upper layers, frozen and perfectly preserved, like an icy relic drifting in the blue haze. Go deeper into the solar system, and Neptune's winds reach 2,000 kilometers per hour, 1,200 miles per hour. If you entered its atmosphere, your body would be torn apart long before hitting any dense layers. You'd become microscopic dust, scattered through the eternal storm, a ghost in the blue hurricane. Pluto is so cold, 230 degrees Celsius, -382 degrees Fahrenheit, that even nitrogen freezes solid. Your body would instantly crystallize. Even your blood would become glass-like. No bacteria, no decay. If buried under ice, you could last millions of years, preserved perfectly, a cosmic time capsule of humanity. But what if death didn't happen on planets we already know? What if you died on an alien world light years away, with conditions unlike anything in our solar system? Let's push this further, to exoplanets scientists have already discovered. Some are Earth-like, others are nightmares beyond imagination. Kepler-22b might be a water planet, a world completely covered by deep global oceans. If you died here, your body would sink for miles, where pressure could crush a submarine. Depending on the chemistry, your body could slowly dissolve in superheated water, or be preserved by extreme cold at the abyssal depths. In some layers, with the right mix of bacteria, you could decompose, feeding alien microbial life. In a poetic sense, you'd become part of the planet's life cycle, the first human nutrient in an alien ocean. This planet is made mostly of carbon under immense pressure, possibly literal diamond. Surface temperatures are near 2,000 degrees Celsius, 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit. If you died here, there would be no body left. You'd vaporize instantly, atoms scattered into a glowing plasma. In seconds, all trace of you would vanish, except perhaps your carbon atoms crystallized into dust among the diamond crust. This super-Earth could have a thick carbon dioxide atmosphere, making it a hotter, denser version of Venus. If you died here, you'd suffocate, then melt. The pressure could crush your chest cavity, and acid rain would dissolve what's left. Your bones might remain briefly before they, too, dissolve into minerals. Death here isn't instant. It's chemical annihilation. Scientists call it potentially habitable similar gravity, similar temperature. If it truly has oceans and atmosphere, you'd die much like on Earth. Cells breaking down, bacteria decomposing your tissues, returning your carbon to the planet's cycle. In this case, your body could truly become one with an alien biosphere, the first human grave on another living world. This gas giant orbits so close to its star that it's literally being vaporized. Temperatures exceed 2,500 degrees Celsius, 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit. If you died here, you'd be ripped apart by tidal forces before even entering the atmosphere. Then your atoms would evaporate into the star's corona. You wouldn't just die. You'd return to stardust. Across all these worlds, death takes countless forms: freezing, boiling, dissolving, shattering, or preserving. But the biggest mystery isn't how you die. It's what happens afterward. Because the conditions that kill you could also preserve you perfectly. A frozen Mars corpse, a mummified moon explorer, a crystallized body on Pluto. These are scientific possibilities. And if another civilization discovered your remains millions of years later, you'd be their alien fossil, proof that life once reached the stars. In the end, death isn't the end. It's transformation. Across the universe, our bodies could become the seeds of future worlds, atoms recycled into new stars, planets, and maybe new life. Across all these worlds, death takes countless forms: freezing, boiling, dissolving, shattering, or preserving. But the biggest mystery isn't how you'd die. It's what happens afterward. Because the conditions that kill you could also preserve you perfectly. A frozen Mars corpse, a mummified moon explorer, a crystallized body on Pluto. These are scientific possibilities. And if another civilization discovered your remains millions of years later, you'd be their alien fossil, proof that life once reached the stars. In the end, death isn't the end. It's transformation. Across the universe, our bodies could become the seeds of future worlds, atoms recycled into new stars, planets, and maybe new life. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the channel to find more amazing and new videos. They say death is the great equalizer.